welcome back to Danny Parker English Reading Show. I'm going to introduce you to the George Brown Class Clown, Dance Your Pants Off by Nancy Krolik, illustrated by Aaron Bletcha. Chapter 5. Do you remember I read you 1, 2, 3, 4 chapter in the last 2 videos? Yeah. And today we're going to read the chapter 5. Let's explore this chapter together and find out what happens. Chapter 5. That bird really missed me up big time, George groaned as he sat down to Alex in the cafeteria at lunchtime. Louie's never going to let me forget I lost a wrestling match against him. Yeah, that was a tough break, Alex said. Who knew he had moves like that? And to top it all off, he said I had to spend recess with Mr. Trainer, George added. He said he's giving me extra homework too. I hope I can get it done before Miss Kelly's dance show comes on. I'm not allowed to watch TV until all my homework is finished. That stinks, Alex agreed. There has to be a way to get rid of this troublemaking burp, George whispered. Alex grinned. He put a huge container of cut up yellow-orange colored fruit from his lunch bag. What's that? George asked him. Papaya, Alex answered. I was reading on the burp no more blog that eats lots of papaya is good for your digestion. The only other cure I saw posted was to make sure your false teeth are tightly sealed in your gums. You don't have false teeth, do you? George grinned so Alex could see his teeth. They're all mine, he said. Papaya it is, Alex agreed. George put a piece of papaya in his mouth and started to chew. It was slimy and mealy, but at least it tastes better than the spicy mustard cure Alex had him try a few weeks ago. The mustard had George feel like a fire-breathing dragon, and it didn't work, which meant George wound up more like a fire-burping dragon. So long, loser, Alex said as Max and Mike walked past George on the way to the schoolyard. Too bad you're spending recess at Mr. Trainer. You could be wrestled some more. I have a few moves I didn't get to show you. We're gonna play killer ball at recess. Instead, of course, you're going to miss it. Bummer for you. Killer ball was a game Louie had made up. It was like a dodgeball, only meaner. George wasn't sorry he was missing that game. He wasn't sorry to be missing Louie's wrestling moves either. The only move Louie could do that would make George happy was to move far, far away, because there just wasn't enough room for River Brook for most of them. George is for you, his mother shouted later at the evening while George was busy typing the third photograph of his essay. Why I shouldn't fool around in the gym. George hit save on his computer and ran for the hall phone. Hey dude, Alex said, I'm just checking on how the papaya cure is working. Well, George said slowly, did you burp? Alex asked. No, George told him. But what? Alex said. It's been hours since you ate all the papaya. And you haven't burped? So it's a cure. Maybe, but it's a pain too, George said. Why? Well, you know how you say it was good for my digestion? Alex said. George asked. Yeah, that's the point, Alex said. Well, it's really good. George said. Too good. I've been in and out for the bathroom all afternoon long. The papaya makes you go a lot. Oh, Alex said. That's a problem. Tell me about it. George said. If you know how hard it is to do your homework, when you have to stop every 5 minutes to go to the bathroom, and it really stinks in there now. George paused for a minute. I gotta go, he told Alex. To do your homework? Alex asked. No, George said. I mean, I gotta go. It's the papaya again. George didn't wait for Alex to say goodbye. He just hung up the phone and ran for the bathroom. It was gonna be a long night. Ping! A little while later, just as George was finishing his essay, the email alert on his computer sounded. The email was from Louis. It said, check out this way cool website. It's one everyone's going to be talking about it at school tomorrow. George was definitely curious. He clicked the link that Louis had sent him. Welcome to Life with Louis, the computer shouted as Louis appeared on the screen, sitting at his kitchen table and smiling for the camera. This is the show that's all Louis all the time, Louis announced. I'm the star of this show, all for me, not just my hand. George frowned. He knew Louis had said that experientially for him. Tonight for dinner, I'm having steak, broccoli, and a baked potato. Louis continued. Let me show you how perfectly my personal chief has cooked this steak. Louis picked up his knife and began to cut the steak. George rolled his eyes. What would everyone want to watch this? Hey, got a shot of how I chew my mouth closed, Louis shouted to his off-screen cameraman. George laughed. Louis might have known how to chew his mouth closed. Well, right now he was talking with his mouth full. Bits of Louis' chewed up meat were beginning broadcast all over the internet. The camera started shaking. A pair of blue sneakers appeared on the screen. Hey, you're supposed to film me, Louis shouted. Not your feet. Oops, sorry. George heard Max say off camera. I had to scratch. Max shook the camera and started filming Louis again. You're not supposed to talk, Louis yelled, showing off the chewed meat bites that were stuck in his tongue. How about I film you putting butter on your potato? Max asked. I could back up a little and get your whole plate on the screen and watch where you're walking, Louis shouted, and you're gonna trip over. That's the land. Crash! The picture was blank, and the sound was still working. George heard Louis shouting, Look what you did! You spilled my chocolate milk all over my broccoli. Why would I want to eat chocolate broccoli? George started laughing. Life with Louis was actually pretty funny. A second later, Louis was back on the screen. He looked at the same, except how he had a big chocolate milk stain in his shirt and a piece of broccoli in his hair. Follow me into the bathroom, Louis told Max. I'm going to wash my hands. He smiled at the camera. Did you know that you are supposed to wash for as long as it takes for you to sing happy birthday? I sing every time I wash. So you guys are for a real treat. Just then, George's dad called to him from the living room. Son, it's 8 o'clock. Did you finish your homework? George clicked off the Louis website. Mrs. Kelly, Big Dan's The duet was about to hit the screen. There was no way George was missing that. Chapter 6. Welcome to Dance Your Pants Off, the TV announcer said cheerfully. I'm Guy Smickers, and this is the new show where local dancing stars compete for a $10,000 prize at the Dance Your Pants Off Championship crown. The studio audience began to cheer. George frowned. He wasn't actually call Miss Kelly a dancing star. Our first contestant is from nearby Beaverbrook, Guy Smirk continued. She's a fourth grade teacher at Emmett B. Sugarman Elementary School. Please welcome Meryl Kelly. Meryl? George started to laugh. He always figured that Miss Kelly had a first name, but that just couldn't be. But Meryl? Mrs. Kelly had done some strange dances in school. There was that walk like an Egyptian thing they did the other day, and alley cat, and even a hula. But tonight's dance was stranger than all of them put together. Miss Kelly flung her arms up in the air and stood stick straight. She kicked her leg in front of her and started wiggling her hips over the place. Then she turned around so her rear end was to the audience, bent over and peeked between his legs. This is just embarrassing, George said with a grin. Miss Kelly does have a cute dance style, his mother said. I've never seen anything like it, his dad agreed. George laughed. Miss Kelly did a somersault, then finished off the dance with a split. Well, sort of a split. Her back leg was bent instead of straight. That was interesting, Guy Smickers said as Miss Kelly struggled to her feet. Let's see where the judges put you through the second round. I think Miss Kelly will be back in school tomorrow, George said. No way any of the judges like that. Mirrors, that was very unique. Geography, the first judge, some man named Anthony, said. Where did you study dance? Well, I'm not actually a trained dancer, Miss Kelly told him. I just dance what I feel. Dance is about the feeling, the second judge, a small woman named Lily, said. I remember once when I was dancing on the stage in Boris Adio. I started to dance the terrific guy right in the middle of the performance because I felt something. Something in the music? Guy Smirks asked her. No, something on my arm. Lily said, a fly. I decided to try and swat it. For the rest of the dance, I chased that fly around the stage. I never caught him, though. I thought mirror dance was fascinating, the second judge, an English guy named Sale. He was nearly jumping out of his seat with excitement. I vote to bring you back. I do too, Lily, the flying, sweating dancer judge agreed. I'll make it 3, Anthony said. We'll see you Saturday tonight. And George stared at the TV. The judges were sending Miss Kelly through to the next round after seeing the dance? How was it even possible? Did you see one last night? Alex asked George, walking into the schoolyard on Thursday morning. Oh yeah, George said, and I couldn't believe it. Just then, Louis was rolling over on his sneakers in oil. My website was awesome, wasn't it? We're talking about Miss Kelly on Dance Your Pants Off. George turned Louis. Louis frowned. Why is everybody talking about that show? There are a million dance content shows on TV, but there was only one website that stars me. Yes, but Dance Your Pants Off is the only dance show that our teacher is on. Juliana reminded Louis. That was one strange dance, she added, turning to her friends. I can't believe you are turned off my website to watch Miss Kelly. Louis continued. You missed me doing my long division. Yeah, Mike said, and that was really interesting to watch. Louis is great at long division. Definitely, Max agreed. The only miss the answer by two. That's really close. George, Alex, Sage, and Juliana ignored Louis and his two echoes. It would be cool if Miss Kelly won, Louis said. We'd be the kids in the whole world to have a champion dancer for a teacher. We'd be famous, Sage added. Sort of, anyway. Yeah, but do you really think she has a chance? George asked. Last night the judges kept her alive, and now it's up to the people watching the show to vote for who they think best, Alex said. And I'm not sure many of them will vote for Miss Kelly, unless we help her, he added with a smile. George knew that smile. He'd seen it before. Alex was coming up with a plan. How can we do that? Chris asked. We could start the campaign to get people to vote for Miss Kelly, Alex suggested. That's a great idea, Juliana agreed. I could talk about Miss Kelly on my sports segment during morning announcements. Yeah, George said, and we can make posters and put up all over town. I bet everyone here would help, Alex said. Yeah, Max added. You can't help, Louis told Max. You and Mike are going to be very busy helping me with my Life with Louis website. It's going to be amazing, I'm sure. I am going to show everyone my complete collection of Fudge's trading cards. You can buy them in the gift shop at the Beaverbrook Science Center. Each picture is of fun guys you can find at the Farley family's fungus room. George laughed. Louis was always bragging about the room his family had donated to the museum. He was really into fungi, which made sense, since Louis was kind of the fungi's annoying and really hard to get rid of. And and this is the end of this video. If you want to read the chapter 7 with me, all you have to do is search like this in the YouTube. That George Brown Class Clown, Dance Your Pants Off, chapter 7. Thank you, and please watch the chapter 7 video. Thank you, see you later, bye bye.